Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of notanalog.com. Today, as you may tell by the earphones and the big symbol on the screen, I'm looking at something which has Beats built in. Now it's the HTC Sensation XL. Now if that's not a long enough thing to say in one mouthful, the phone itself is something which is quite big on its own. 4.7 inch screen, 480 by 800 resolution. This thing is a rather large phone to have. Now, one of the best things about it is the Beats component. It does come with these Beats Solo headphones in Australia. If you're not in Australia, I believe it comes with a different pair, but rest assured they're still going to sound amazing. These things, I have to say, just change music completely for me. Having not ever tried Beats headphones, it's mind-blowing just how good the sound is, and I've put them on people's heads around the office and around home, and the feedback that I get is just wow. And they say wow really loud because this kind of blocks out a lot of the noise, so they're talking really loudly. Anyway, so the phone itself, besides the awesome headphones that come with it, a 1.5 gigahertz single core processor, 768 meg of RAM, and it's got a 16 gig storage inbuilt as well. It really has got quite a bit of power. You can feel it. It feels fast when you do things. It's great. In pictures, and I'll show you all this as well. It just responds really well. The screen it's huge. However, it's quite good. You actually get used to it. When I first picked it up, I thought, oh my god, it is so big. Guess what? You get used to it within a day. The Galaxy S2, which is a similar size, same thing. I thought it was quite big, but you get used to it, and look how well that's doing. Same thing with this puppy as well. So, a bit more about it. 8 megapixel camera on the back with a dual LED flash, 1.3 megapixel camera on the front, a little proximity sensor there, and I will show it all to you right now. Alright, so this is the Sensation XL, as I sort of showed you before, but just having a look at it, a little micro USB port on the side for charging, transferring files. You'll see the soft keys, well they're not soft keys, they're just touch sensitive keys, home, options, back, search, standard Android buttons, but they don't actually are buttons, they're not physical buttons that you press, which I love, they feel great. On the side, just a nice and long volume rocker. I hate seeing the little short ones. I sometimes complain about them. This one you really know when you're pushing up and down the volume. At the top, power button, little mic, and the 3.5mm input. Dual LED flash, there's a little speaker here, the 8 megapixel camera which takes awesome photos. Awesome little rugged feel on the back. It's quite solid, doesn't feel like it's going to break. And the reassuring Beats symbol. You'll also see some other mic holes here. A lot of them are used for sort of noise isolation and things like that, but on the front, 1.3 megapixel camera, that little hole there, and this is a light sensor, so it picks up when you're in brighter situations and darker situations and adjusts the screen accordingly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn that light out so that you can actually see the screen a bit better. Now you'll see the active lock screens have now appeared. So this phone is locked, but just by turning it on I can see things at the top, what's going on, some notifications. I've also got these apps here which I can quick open, so I can just drag and go straight into the phone from the lock screen or straight into my Gmail, which is really awesome, and you can configure those as well. And I've also set the weather to appear automatically as well. Now you can get other things to appear, like your friend's stream and stuff like that. So something to unlock, you just drag the ring out and it will unlock. If I want to get straight into an app like the camera, straight in. I think that's an awesome thing. So let's just unlock the phone. Awesome little Beats wallpaper straight away shows up. The weather, of course, likes to appear immediately, and you can see some of the HTC widgets that I've added in as well. Don't want to flick too fast. Friend stream, this little toolbar here, Twitter app, a little quick music app as well. You've really got access to a whole bunch of other widgets. It's not just your standard Android system. So I love HTC Sense. I think they add a whole new element. Let me just run through some of the things straight up. So let's start from the top. Standard. The camera app is different. Let me just open this up for you. Now you'll see here settings, options for auto, flash, off, whatever. Choosing your scenes, it's set to automatic, but you can get it to do panoramic shots, HDR, action bursts, and so on. For mode, video or front camera. Instantly add effects as well. Different things that you can do. and zooming in and out. One of the cool things is the focus. Select a different area in the screen and it will focus accordingly. I think that's just awesome. And obviously just to shoot the button. So that's fantastic. The camera is great on this. The clock, pretty much standard. Not going to see wow too much. World clocks, alarms, stopwatch, timer, much of a muchness. Too far back. Connected media for DLNA support. So if you've got, a PlayStation on your network or DLNA TV, you can flick media across to it and so on. Dropbox is just an app. Facebook just an app. FB chat, blah blah blah. Flashlight's really cool. If you're ever in the dark, most people have to try and look for things, different brightnesses, and with the dual LED flash in the back, you're certainly going to get some power out of it. And then turning the torch off. I like that. FM radio, just plug your headphones in and you can start listening to tunes. Fruit Ninja, just an app. For the friend stream is something exquisite on HTC, so it combines, your Twitter and Facebook all in one, notifications, locations, and so on. Super, super easy way of checking both or many social networks in one hit. The gallery, let's show you the gallery. It's not terribly different, but let's take a look anyway. Now, one thing I have to say about this phone is that because you've got the larger screen, you truly enjoy it when you're looking at images and video. The colors that this thing presents is awesome. And it is sometimes just because of you looking at a bigger screen, but the brightness, the clarity, it's really, really quite good. For a 480 by 800 screen, it's very impressive. It's not a 720p screen like we're seeing on some phones now, but you really don't particularly notice it too much, especially when you zoom in on things. It doesn't get too bad. Huge fan of the screen and the way everything looks. I took a couple of pictures on the camera, a couple of dogs and in the yard and things like that. And the colors are great. Really quick to shoot the snaps, so the dogs are running around and I didn't miss too much there. Took this photo, quickly edited it and cropped it into this photo for sharing, which was great. So I really think that HTC does quite well in that respect. And obviously sharing, you want to share it with anything, no problem. You just pick which app. Recently iPhone makes a big deal about now being able to share on Twitter. Well, guess what you could always do on Android? Share on almost anything in the world. If it existed, you could share it. One thing I want to show you as well is the when you come in here and you see your albums. Now, these are the albums and so on that I've got on the phone. When I come here, Facebook albums, Flickr albums, Picasa albums as well. So really anything you want. When you go to Facebook, it looks at your friends and brings everything in together. It's just awesome. And moving back, HTC Hub is a great way to manage your phone, wipe it remotely and things like that. It's things for the security conscious. The browser is awesome, especially when you're looking at the browser on such a large screen. It just is awesome to look at. Turn it sideways and you almost fit the full website on your page where it's readable. I'm on a slow connection here, so forgive me. But text is quite good. It's really not a problem at all. I quite like it. And obviously flash support as well, if you didn't already know that. Maps, navigation, these sort of things look awesome on such a big screen, especially when you're used to doing it on a Navman or something like that. The mirror, for the ladies out there who like to see what they look like, basically just activates the front camera. When I go into music, this is where it's a little different. So, you can sort it by albums and so on. Start playing a song and you see the album art. This is a little bit different compared to most Android phones. It's just sounds great. Much better when you plug these headphones in, trust me. Let me just go back out of here. Scroll up again. Navigation, news and weather. These are as you'd expect. Out of Android. If you've ever seen an Android phone, they're all very similar featured in that way. Pocket Wi-Fi for hotspotting. Reader for reading books, which on this isn't actually that bad at all. And further down, Google Talk for video calls, which you can do quite well on your camera here. And what else is there? Twitter as standard. Usage monitor for keeping up with your things. Some Vodafone apps. And when you scroll down, watch for renting movies. And let me say, you could actually watch a movie on this quite well, given the quality of the screen. I'm just going to show you if this doesn't take too long to load. It has been a bit slow, this watch app. I don't know why, but one of those weird things. Let me just load up the trailer for this. Skip it to here somewhere. The video on this is brilliant. Turn this up, down a little bit. But yeah, the video quality on this is just awesome. It's so impressive. So if you wanted to watch a movie on here, I could see myself doing that, especially with the Beats headphones. YouTube and the weather. Down the bottom, you can also sort between frequent apps that you use the most, or downloaded apps, and then of course the Vodafone apps that they put on also. Ultimately, that's the runaround of the device. The phone itself is awesome. HTC Sense really does add a whole new element to Android, and when you've got the screen real estate to play with it, it's quite awesome. Alright, so that's really the phone. That's a really good look. That's a really good look at the HTC Sensation XL. I do think that I'm used to this size phone now, and I won't complain when I actually get my hands on things like the Galaxy Nexus and things like that. The size is actually quite good. You get used to it. You realize the benefits of the larger screen. You throw in these sweet headphones and I'm sold. So I would recommend this phone to most people. It's hard not to recommend it. Good camera, great screen to look at anything on, amazing headphones for listening to music and watching videos, which you can do on a decent sized screen. It really has changed my opinion on large screen phones, and it's changed my opinion on a lot of things. Firstly, these headphones, you throw a pair of headphones like this in a box for free, whether that people say it's subsidized or it's actually included in the cost, you know, the fact that you're receiving a pair of Beats headphones is awesome. Show me a pair of headphones in any other phone box that compares to these, and we'll see. There's nothing. There is nothing. So HTC has done an awesome job by putting Beats technology into the phone to make audio sound better, and then providing these kick-ass headphones to really bring you some decent sound. Awesome, great screen, good performance. Negatives. Have I got any negatives? Negatives. It could be lighter. It could be, I think, 162 grams. When I held the Galaxy S2, it felt a lot lighter than it is. Sure, it's got a lot more plastic on it. This is a lot more, it's more solid, I guess. That's probably the only criticism if I have to. Otherwise, I don't know. Check it out. You must. If you're looking at this phone, try the headphones, because it's kind of mind-blowing. You really get surprised at how good these things are, and check it out. Any questions? Let me know. Twitter, Facebook, subscribe, comment, whatever you're going to do. I like to hear from you. So please get in touch, and we'll take the conversation from there. Thank you for watching. See you next time.